first and foremost, what in the world is Roku? Roku is a streaming player that you're gonna use with your television as long as your television has an HDMI port in the back. Doesn't matter the age of your television. But Roku, most importantly, will allow you to be able to watch television on your own terms. So what do I mean? You need Wi-Fi in your home. That's a requirement. You buy this Today Special, and we're gonna show you everything that comes along with it. And it gives you content, hundreds of thousands of television shows and movies, and access to Netflix if you've got a Netflix account, and so much more. It is the modern way and a really wonderful way to now experience television the way that you've always wanted to experience and watch it anyway. So let me show you what you're going to get, and then you're gonna have a chance to meet our expert, and she's gonna walk us through it. Here's what it looks like. Looks like a little hockey puck. It's not that big. This is the little device. You're going to get this remote control. This remote control happens to be not only the most advanced, but this whole Roku system that we're offering in a category of good, better, best. It's the best that's on the market. Nothing less will do for you. It's the most advanced. This is called the voice search remote control. We're going to give you headphones because if there is someone in your home that likes the television really, 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 really loud, and it bothers everybody else in the house, you can take these headphones, you can plug them into this remote control, and then they can hear the TV. No one else can hear it. You also are going to get a series of additional bonuses that come along with it, or extras, I should say, that come along with it, like CBS All Access. You've got the Lifetime movie, there's H-Vault, but we're gonna get into that. What I'd like to do is give you a couple of reasons right at the start why buy. Exclusive HSN bundle. You can only find this here. Free shipping and handling. We love that. Best value, best price anywhere. Search it. Best price, best value anywhere. That's worth repeating again. Get it at home for under $20. And with the free shipping and handling and the fact that it's a customer pick, we certainly want to hear from you. Our testimonial talk line is open. I've given you my little quick note version of what Roku is, but we have an expert that's going to tell us all about it. I'd love for everybody to meet Leah Little. Leah is an electronics expert. She's been in this business for over almost 2 decades now or longer.
It's true.
And so I love that Leah is going to give us all sorts of really cool reasons why you want it. If you have any questions, will you call us? If you've never heard of Roku, or if you are lost, you're thinking, wait a minute, how does this work? I want you to listen very carefully, because I think for those of you that don't know about Roku, this is something that could be a big game changer for you, because that's what we've heard you echo over the years.
Again and again. And how many do you own?
Oh my gosh, I think 5.
5.
I have one on every, and I don't have this new version.
Oh, you need the new version. And
I don't have this new version.
Yes,
so there are a couple of things that I want to talk about, because on our screen it says Roku Ultra 4K, and I don't want anybody who doesn't have a 4K TV to go, well, that's not for me because I don't have a 4K TV, because I don't own a 4K TV myself.
Right.
It still is going to work.
And get you ready for the future, so that when you buy a 4K TV, you're going to be able to have 4K
All right, so
content.
it's not necessary to have a 4K TV.
No,
it just gives you future-proof,
exactly,
you know, so that you're all set.
So that you're all set. This is the top of the line from Roku. It is the best that they offer. It's going to be the fastest streaming. It's going to be the most amount of movies and TV shows, with 500,000 movies and TV shows. And the really cool thing about it is that all you need to have is a television. It makes any TV a smart TV. You plug it in through the HDMI port, you connect to your Wi-Fi, and then it's literally through the Wi-Fi, there are 500,000, 500,000 movies and TV shows. Imagine if you never had to set a DVR again, if you never had to flip through program guides and schedules, if you just literally talked to your television and said, find action movies. Well, there you go. Find action movies, and now 25 of them just popped up and are available for you. Oh, you'll like this one, Marlo. We were just talking about it. Find Primetime. Marla was telling me it's one of her favorites. Look at this. You can watch every episode of Prime Time from 2006 to 2004 to 2011. Oh, Dateline. Find Dateline. Let's go in. There you go. From 2016, 2017,
Okay,
from 1992.
I could binge watch on that.
You never leave the sofa.
Now you guys know a little known fact about Marlo.
Exactly.
Dateline is definitely one of my favorite shows for sure. But I'm so happy that you use this as an example, because the way that we watch television now,
it's changed.
right? You do like this. And you go, there's nothing on.
Right.
Right? Haven't you said that before? There's nothing on that I want to see.
So now if you know what you want to see,
yes,
you just push this little, it's a microphone. It literally has a little picture of a microphone. You push this and you say the name of the actor or the TV show or the movie.
Or the type of show you want to watch.
Now, here, and cool thing, yeah, to your point. So what you could do is have the genre. Now, if you don't want to use the microphone, look what happens. If you go to this menu navigation, this is the movies and TV section. Look at this, 970 channels. 970 channels of movies and TV shows. Now, what's a channel, right? Just like your cable, you open up a channel and there's lots of television shows on each channel. And then there's lots of series or years of those episodes of those shows on each channel. So what happens is underneath each one of these boxes, I almost think of this as, remember that old show where Vanna White would turn the box around?
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
like underneath there was all this good stuff. It's like you open up that box, you're Vanna in your own home, right? You open up that box and there's all kinds of things underneath it. Now, if you like music, there's 357 channels of music. If you like games, there's 158 gaming channels. If you like comedy, there's 144 channels of comedy. If you like educational programs, I think you get the idea. Okay, what's popular? You like food? Did you know that there are 160 food channels? You can watch them all right here through the Roku. Did you know that there are 411 channels of news and weather? You can access them all right here through the Roku.
So I want to stop you right there,
like
if you don't mind,
Sure.
because you're saying 100 and something channels of food, 400 and something channels of news.
Right.
What does this cost? How much is this going to cost me
Absolutely.
to get all of these channels?
There's a few ways to go around it. Think of it like, instead of having one big monthly bill, you choose. You could choose to watch things that are free, and I'll show you exactly how to find them.
How much free stuff comes with this? Because that's what we want to know, right? We want to know about the free stuff.
Find free movies. How about that? Now, this is movies with the word free in them. You can go into, watch this, we'll go into free. There's a couple ways you can get there. First of all, top free. Like that word, right? So here's the channels that are free for you.
So that's perfect.
Exactly. Now, this is just the top channels. There's more Roku channels that grow every single day. There's more that's added. Now, when you go to the Roku channel, that's where Roku puts everything here that is coming from all the other channels. It's like your one-stop portal to everything else that's out there. It's changing every day. It's going to have new content for you. Some are older movies, some are newer movies. This is going to give you literally hours upon hours upon hours. Just this one category, say of thrillers, there's 37 free movies just on this one channel.
I got you. I got you.
TV, there's 40 television shows right now, and what's here today will change tomorrow. So what's great about it is that now it's so easy because it thinks like you do. You can move it from TV to TV. You don't have to pay a monthly fee if you don't want to. If you want to just use what's free, you could literally never spend another penny again, and you could live for years on your sofa and never move and never watch the same thing twice.
I tell you what, I was talking to my producer, Dan, and I was saying to Dan that I am a firm believer that streaming, which is what this is a streaming player, that this is the way of the future.
It is.
That more and more of us want to be able to choose the channels that we pay for. And this gives you an opportunity. So maybe you have a Netflix account. By the way, look at how many people are already doing it. 500,000 people are just here at HSN have been using Roku. And it's the #1 streaming media player brand in the United States for the last year.
That's right.
I purchased mine a few years ago same thing, when it was a Today's Special. But I don't have this version. This version is the top of the line version. I have the entry-level version. This version, there's no better version than what you're getting right here. Yeah. This is the cream of the crop. And here's why. Because you get that advanced remote control. You're gonna get the headphones. We're gonna tell you why. You're gonna appreciate this. The packaging that we put together. But we have been able to collaborate with Roku to bring this to you at the lowest price in the country right now. Yeah. It's the best value in the country. So I am offering to you an opportunity to get this at home. Now, I have a Roku system on every television that I own because I was looking for another way of being able to watch television. For you, you may only buy one today to get it at home. Try it. You have 30 days to use it. If you don't love it, you can always send it back. But it is our finest value of the day. I'm gonna ask Leah to talk to us about setting this up, because if you've never used this, I want you to understand that it's simple, it's fast, it's easy. It pretty much will allow you, if you've got any type of television with an HDMI port, you're good to go.
Or any monitor. I mean, I have a Vizio TV doesn't even have a TV tuner in it. It's just a big monitor, 50-inch monitor, but it has an HDMI port. You plug this in through the HDMI. It looks like this. This is the port. You use your HDMI cable to plug it in, and then from there, up on your screen is gonna be the home screen. There's a one-time setup where they'll just say, okay, who are you? Let's register this to you, get you set up. That takes about, seriously, 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. You don't have to be a techie guru to do this. And then from there, you explore. And look, Marla, there's no wrong way to do it. I could point this up, down, around. It doesn't matter. It's so responsive. And if you ever get lost, you go home. There's a little button right here that looks like a house. You just go home if you're ever confused. It's that easy.
And can I mention something really quickly? When I first got my Roku, it took me a little bit to get used to your television channels
being
in boxes.
Yeah.
Because the way that our television typically looks is that you see the writing at the bottom. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just pictures.
It's just pictures. And they've likened it like your apps are on your smartphones.
Exactly.
Or on your tablets.
And once you get used to it, it is so
it's easy. It's
so
easy. But I wanted to explain that to you, because when you first look at it, you're going, huh? You know, what? Because we're so used to all these years just kind of looking at it from the bottom. But it's the same thing. They just gave us little boxes.
It is.
You probably mentioned this, but I think it's worth mentioning. You do need to have an HDMI cable. You can find them virtually anywhere. I'm telling you.
You probably have them.
You probably have one. If you don't have one, you will need to get one to use with this. And you definitely need Wi-Fi in your home. Once you have those two things, you're golden.
You're good to go.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. Now it's time to watch the shows. So what types of shows and movies do you like to watch, right? That's all you
just decide. The only thing that is an indecision here is, what do you want to watch? Once you got that down. And Roku can actually give you suggestions. Let me show you something. This is really cool. So we're on the main screen. Have you ever had a show that you want to watch and you're like, oh, I can't watch that now. And then like 2 months later, you're like, oh yeah, I wanted to watch that show, right? So my feed is kind of like your list for TV shows. So we like How It's Made. I put it on my feed, and it's kind of like my favorites. So This Is Us is a show that we've been binge watching.
Love that show.
Love that show. Jumanji.
Oh gosh, I haven't seen that in years.
Right? So this was in the movie. So it's a new one.
Oh, this is the new one.
Right.
I haven't seen that one.
We saw it in the movie theater. We went and spent about $100 for the 4 of us to go to the movie theater and see it. But guess what? I wanted to know when it came up on the Roku so that we could watch it again at home, because it was such a good movie.
Okay, so stop right there.
Yeah. So when I put this into my feed,
so I can rent movies
that are in the movie theater.
Nice.
Yes. This movie is now available for rent. Last month,
it's not only news and comedy and action and westerns, it's, you know, all genres, but it's also movies that were in the movie theater. So it gives you portals to everything. I know I saw Hulu, I saw Netflix on the box, and I've got to show this to you.
And if these are new terms to you, Netflix is basically a station.
Yes.
It's like a television station of a different kind.
That's a perfect way of describing it.
Yeah, so it's really easy. And for Netflix, so you own the Roku. You have it for life. Once you own it, it's always updating. It's always giving you new channels. If you choose to try Netflix, you're going to spend between $7 and $10 a month. If you don't like it, you don't spend that money next month. You just say, I don't need Netflix, and you take it off. And it works like that with every single one of the other apps. So think of it like going to a buffet and you spend, a certain amount of money for all of this food that you could never eat in a million years, let alone in one setting.
I agree.
Or going to
I like this.
appetizers.
I like this.
Yes.
You want to watch Showtime?
Yep.
You can have your Showtime account. You're into HBO and Games of Thrones? You can have you an HBO account. You like Amazon Music and Amazon Movies?
And if you're a Prime customer, look at this. Amazon has video that you can watch on Prime, and a lot of it is free if you're on Amazon Prime.
Hello.
HSN, right there.
We're there as well.
Absolutely.
So, in a nutshell, you don't give up anything.
At all.
This is added value. And not only is it added value, what I mean by that is more content, more television shows, more movies, but most importantly is that you watch it on your terms. How many of us, your favorite television show comes on the Thursday night at 9 o'clock? And if you're not there on Thursday night at 9 o'clock, you missed that episode. I love that if I have to work Thursday night, or if I have an engagement on Thursday night and I can't be there Thursday night at 9 o'clock, that if I can, over the weekend, if I have some extra time, I can go back and I can still watch my show.
Right.
Back in the day, you would miss the whole darn show.
Exactly. I think of it like, remember when DVRs came out and you could record your show and you didn't actually have to be there on Thursday night? Think of this as like the next generation of a DVR, but it's recorded 500,000 movies and TV shows for you that you can watch. You choose if you ever want to watch a commercial. You choose if you now want to ever spend another dime. This is the next generation. Remember when we used to go and rent a movie and you'd walk up and down the aisles at the store and, oh darn, what I wanted was already rented by somebody else and you'll try again for it next week. That store, I mean this, is inside here. Now, you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to pay a late fee. Whatever you want to access is inside the Roku. And here's the thing. You know how you'd go to that movie store and then next week it would have the new releases from like the last ones that they weren't there the week before? That happens with Roku. The movies that are coming out next week are going to be available for you in the Roku. And not just movies, TV shows, new channels that are going to be coming out. By the time you get this home, we're telling you about it today, but by the time you get this home, there's going to be things that aren't even on here today that when you turn it on, it will automatically update and give them to you. And there's shows that you can't even find on cable. I mean, you're going to be able to watch these proprietary shows. You're going to be able to watch great children's programming, by the way, like what you see here on Hulu with Curious George. If you have children, by the way, you need this. If you ever turn on the television and then suddenly these commercials come on, or there's a news story that you don't want your 3-year-old to be listening to, you need to have this. And then did you see that movie? You see that all-star cast with Daddy's Home? What's great about this is you can even look it up by actor. So let's just play around with that a little bit. Here's one of my favorites. Movies with Denzel Washington. Goes out. There are 22 movies right now that immediately popped up onto the screen with Denzel Washington. I'm a little partial to find Matt Damon movies. 25 Matt Damon movies. That's
incredible.
Right? It's all right here. Don't you love
that you can watch television this way?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, we've all had the experience where you're looking at television and you're like, I'm bored. I'm bored. There's nothing on. And so now, through your magic remote control, you actually can speak to your remote control and it follows your commands and finds the type of television shows or the types of movies that you would like to watch.
Exactly.
So I want to take a moment, because we have more to share with you. I want to take a moment to invite you to call and place your order. This is our finest value of the day. It's our today's special. And I am very proud of this because this is their top-of-the-line version. We are able to share this with you at the best price in the nation. I think that gives us some bragging rights.
Absolutely.
And I think really should make you feel good about the investment. There's nothing better than buying something at the right time, right? Catch it at the best price that it's been offered. We offer the FlexPay to you. Everyone can use FlexPay. You just need a debit card, credit card, or a PayPal account. But if you're just tuning in, we're offering to the Roku Ultra. It's a streaming player, meaning you don't need any other service that might be out there, that this is another alternative so that you can get movies, television shows, and content, but even more than that, you can watch it on your own terms. There is no monthly bill, unless you decide that you want to choose some of the services. Sure. For example, the Netflix or the Hulu or the HBO Now or the Showtime. So if you want or if you want to rent some of the movies that we've talked about that are that you've seen in the movie theaters. So I love that you're not pushed different types of contents and television shows and movies that you may not like in the first place. With this, it's all there. It's easy to get this at home. We showed you that graphic, and I'd love for us to show it to you once again, because if this is all new to you, it's the #1 best-selling media streaming player on the market since 2017. And I want to show you the other graphic that talks about 500,000 people. That's a lot of people. Right. A lot of people are new to this, but once you get it, like I said, I have one on every television in my home. Because once I understood what it was, I thought, oh my gosh, I want to show you those numbers if we can really quickly, guys. Because so here we're showing you just some of the other things that come along with it, or some of the features.
You're going to have your lost remote view, your lost remote finder, which is really easy to find your remote if you ever lose it. You'll be able to add your own movies through the USB if you want to. Private listening, I'll show that to you as well. And night listening actually brings the dialogue to the forefront if you're watching a movie. And
I want to correct myself if I can, because I said 500,000 people sometimes.
That's here.
Yeah, right. But what this is that you can
500,000,
this actually says you can stream over 500,000 movies and TV episodes. I wanted to clarify that, because that's huge.
Well, let's talk about it.
Some of us think we're fancy with the 200 channels that we get.
Exactly.
Right? What about over 500,000, 500,000 choices?
Exactly. Think about this. 1 out of every 2 people, every household in America has a media streamer.
Say that again. 1
out of every 2. When you read the current reports about what's happening in media streamers, this is a new technology, but people that discover it, they are jumping in. They are drinking the Kool-Aid.
If you're not in that counted in that number, get in the water.
It's
Come
easy.
on in and get it at home. Wanted to ask you something, because do I need more than one? So if I've got a television in my den, a television, and I know the answer to this, but just in case someone is asking, I got a television in my den, I've got one in my bedroom, and I may have one in the kids' room. Do I need more than one to gain this type of access?
You can move it from TV to TV.
Okay, but if you just want to be spoiled, you can do what I did. I added one to each, just because I'm lazy that way.
And then you could take one to grandma's house when you want to take it out of the guest bedroom. You could take one to the dorm room. You could have one in the kitchen. Or what I was explaining to Marlo earlier is if you actually have second cable boxes or a third cable box, your Roku can actually run your cable through the Roku. So you have your main television right, with your cable box on it. You could literally remove your second cable box, get rid of that monthly bill, but yet this acts as a relay. You'll still get the same cable guide, the same channels that you still subscribe to. Let me tell you,
I didn't know this before today. I've had my Roku now for two or 3 years.
She was like, what?
And so I have cable, because I still want to have my cable. But Leah said, well, do you have cable boxes? And I'm like, yeah, I have my cable boxes. And she's like, you don't need to have your cable boxes.
Just one.
And I'm thinking, hot diggity dog, should just save me some money.
Yes.
And so I am telling you, I really want you to consider this. And it might be a lot that we're giving you, but I want you to just take a deep breath and to know it's easy.
It is.
Here's the basics. You need internet, and you got to get yourself an HDMI cable. You can find an HDMI cable virtually everywhere.
They probably sell them at the $10.
They probably sell them at the drugstores.
Sure.
Right now. I mean, that's just how easy they are to find.
Yeah.
You need those 2 things. I know that this says 4K, and I'm going to ask Leah to explain that to you. You do not need to have a 4K television to use this.
That's true.
We gave you the best version, or the highest version, because this is going to work with the television that you might buy down the road.
Sure.
And if you're lucky enough to have a 4K TV, this is going to be perfect so that you can see that content in 4K. But if you don't,
you can still have access to shows that are created and produced in 4K.
Yes.
Without this Roku, the only way you could do that is if you had a 4K TV, which would be several thousands of dollars.
So we have almost run out of time, and we never did get to the headphones.
Let's do it.
They're only 50 seconds.
You. Okay, here we go.
So you got to see this.
Roku Media Player. Let's take you to the main screen. Roku Media Player. So you can control the volume with the remote control. You can also, let's just play this little clip for you, I'll give you an idea. You can control the volume here, but if baby's sleeping and you don't want to be listening to that, guess what? You take the headphones, you plug it into the remote, the volume's still playing, but now you could be laying in bed. You're not stuck to the TV. These are your earbuds.
So now
you don't even have to be close to the TV. But if everybody wants to watch and listen, you can then literally use the automatic audio. And then you can control the audio of your television with your Roku as well. And you can even control the power. So
oh my gosh,
you choose how to use it how you want to.
It makes me want to upgrade because sometimes I've been walking on my treadmill recently. And when I'm walking on my treadmill, because my treadmill is so loud, I have to turn the volume up.
Right.
On the TV.
And everybody in the neighborhood's listening to your TV.
So, or look, we all have somebody in our homes, right, that might be a little hard of hearing.
And they want to crank it up.
we get tired of nagging them. Could you turn the television down a little?